Hi friends, happy new year. Let's get cozy. This is my first video in the new year and it feels very on theme. It feels very on brand right now, but I am going to be doing 75 medium starting tomorrow. I know this lighting in this situation isn't necessarily the best, but I just thought I'm just going to sit down, give you an update, give you the lowdown, just super cozy and casual. I've decided I'm going to do 75 medium along with, I think, the rest of the internet. I literally think the entirety of the internet is doing 75 medium, but it's fine, we can all do it together. If you don't actually know what 75 medium is, it's somewhere in between 75 soft and 75 hard, obviously, which is basically a 75-day challenge that you set yourself. Let's actually look up what the rules of 75 hard and 75 soft are. No, 75 hard, you have to do 2 workouts a day, you have to read 10 pages of a book a day. What else? No alcohol, a gallon of water a day, that's a lot of water, a progress photo every single day, 10 pages of a book every day. There's this whole thing. It's the 2 workouts a day for me, like that's quite intense. And then 75 soft is 3 litres of water, 10 pages of a book, 45 minutes every day. 75 medium is basically just somewhere in the middle, okay? You can obviously set your own rules, like it can be whatever you want it to be. So if there's something you really want to work on, you can obviously set your own rules and tailor it to just like fit your lifestyle. But the point is to challenge yourself. The point is to push yourself and push yourself outside of your comfort zone for those 75 days. So I've been doing a lot of looking online at what all the other girlies are doing for their challenges, and I've come up with a little list of everything that I'm going to put in my 75 medium challenge. I'm going to reverse back in time to about 45 minutes ago when I came up with the rules for my 75 medium. I'm going to actually do it with my boyfriend Zach, so we're going to do it together so we can keep each other accountable, make sure that we stay motivated. Our goals and obviously our fitness styles and workout styles and everything are slightly different. So our rules for our 75 medium are slightly different, but also along the same lines. So we've set our own little goals and we're going to do it. So I'm going to reverse back in time to when we just set those up. With you the rules that I've personally set for myself that I'm going to stick to for the next 75 days and hold myself accountable. The first one is a minimum of 5 workouts a week. I actually already exercise 4 times a week, so upping it to 5 isn't that much of a challenge for me. I already do strength training 3 times a week, 1 cardio a week, and I have just decided that I'm going to get back into reformer Pilates. So if I add that into my mix as well, that gives me my 5 sessions. So that'll be 3 strength sessions, 1 cardio session, and 1 reformer Pilates session. So that is the training split that I'm going to try and stick to for the next 75 days. That works quite well for me, giving myself 2 rest days because they are still going to be active rest days. I am still going to be getting steps and doing other things. So that works quite well with my lifestyle and my schedule. Pushing myself a little bit, that extra 1 workout a week, but nothing crazy, not going like to 7 workouts a week because we're only doing 75 medium, okay? It's not 75 hard. I actually think I'm really going to enjoy that training split of just adding a reformer Pilates in there as well. I do love reformer Pilates, but it's very expensive, so I kind of go on and off with doing it every now and again. So I'm just going to add that in for the next 75 days. And I think I should get some results from that. I'm really excited to see my beginning and end of these 75 days. The next thing that I'm going to do is get myself between 8 and 10,000 steps every single day. This one's probably going to be quite hard for me. I don't actually do that many steps. I sit down all day working, and then when the weather's cold, I just struggle to get outside for a walk. I really, really do. I do have an Apple Watch, so it does count my steps, and sometimes I will just kind of walk back and forward in the house, which I know probably isn't great. I should be getting out, I should be getting some sunlight, I should be getting some vitamin D and all of those things, but it's so cold. And I hate the cold, so I probably am going to struggle with this one a little bit. I've done 8 to 10,000 because 10,000 every single day would be a pretty big challenge for me. So I'm going to give myself that little bit of leniency of every day trying to do between 8 and 10. I might try and aim for 8 on training days and then 10 on rest days, so I can get out and get a long walk on those 2 days where I'm not training throughout the week. But I'm probably going to be quite flexible with that one and not be too strict on which days I get 8 and which days I get 10. As long as every single day I'm getting between 8 and 10,000 steps, that is what I'm going to aim for. That will be quite a big change for me. It probably means I'm going to have to get out and go on a walk every single day. So I'm going to have to wrap up because it's cold. I'm going to drink 2 litres of water a day. I don't think I'm going to struggle with this one. I already drink probably 2 litres. I just don't really track it. I don't really measure it. I have a water bottle that's 800 millilitres, and I definitely drink at least 2 of those a day. So that's already 1.6. Then that's not factoring in any drinks I have throughout the day that aren't in the water bottle. So I'm pretty sure I already drink 2 litres of water a day, but just tracking it and making sure that I do that every single day. Definitely going to get on that. I'm going to be taking my supplements every single day. I'm usually pretty good with this, but I can get a little bit forgetful sometimes. I have one of those vitamin planners where it has each day of the week in, and I do spread my supplements out between morning and evening. So I have some with my breakfast and then some with my dinner. And sometimes I forget the breakfast ones. I'm usually pretty good at remembering the ones to take with my dinner on an evening because I get them out and put them next to my food and then I remember to take them. But sometimes I do forget the ones on the morning if I'm making my breakfast and I'm in a little bit of a rush. So the supplements I'm taking at the minute, if I can remember off the top of my head, I take an omega-3 because I get very, very dry eyes. That is a top tip for anyone. If you get dry eyes and you suffer with like stinging in the corner of your eyes, if you're on a screen a lot, that's what causes dry eyes as well. Omega-3 is really good for that. I take vitamin D because there is no sunlight at the minute. I take vitamin C. I take, what else do I take? I take iron. I take folic acid. I can't think what else I take. I probably need to get like a hair, skin and nail or a biotin or something incorporated into that, but I'm just going to be on it with taking supplements every single day. I'm going to have no screen time 30 minutes before bed, and I'm going to replace that time with reading my book. I got into a really good habit before Christmas of doing this anyways. I used to put my phone on charge outside of the room rather than on my bedside table, and I would put my book on my bedside table. So I couldn't reach for my phone. If I put my book down, it wasn't there. It was already, my alarm was set and it was outside of the room. I would read for 30 minutes and I would usually fall asleep reading. I got into a really good routine of doing that before Christmas. But since Christmas, I have fallen out of that routine and I have gone back to some of the doom scrolling in bed. So I really want to cut that out. I really want to get rid of that. I do find that I have a much better sleep when I'm not on my phone before bed. Like, I always thought people just said that, but honestly, reading, I have the best night's sleep if I fall asleep reading. So the last 2 or 3 nights, I've already started to implement this a little bit. It is made a lot easier, obviously, if you have like a good book that you're really into. I'm still reading the A Court series, so I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury. Probably got 100 pages left or something, so I'm going to order the next one so it's ready straight away, so that when this one finishes, I can go straight into that one and I don't have like a period where I want to be on my phone. Because honestly, the improvement in my sleep when I'm reading and not on my phone before bed is huge. So really want to do that. No screen time 30 minutes before bed. Hitting 100 grams of protein every day. This is going to be a hard one for me. My coach at the gym is always on at me that I need to eat more protein. My muscle mass is just not building the way that it should because I'm just not eating enough protein. It's not necessarily intentional, like I'm not trying to not eat protein, but just the way that my diet is and my eating habits, I don't generally have a lot. I'm probably at the minute on an average day eating between 60 and 70 grams of protein, so I really need to up that, probably even less, probably 50 to 60. I really need to get that to 100. So that is my target. She said anywhere between 100 and 120. So I'm going to put the target of 100, and then if I eat more, I eat more. But as long as I'm hitting 100 grams of protein every day. So the way that I'm going to try and do that is by planning my meals and getting 30 grams of protein in each meal. So if I can do that throughout the day, there's already 90. And then I'll probably have an extra 10 grams in the other little bits that I have throughout the day, or if not, I can always supplement it with a protein shake at the end of the day. I'm probably going to struggle with this one. I'm really going to have to forward plan, forward think, plan out my meals and make sure that I'm incorporating enough protein in the planning. Otherwise, I'm going to find myself getting to 9 o'clock and only having had 60 grams and then having a giant protein shake, which is not good for my digestion at all. So this one, probably going to struggle with, but I'm really, really going to try because I'm really trying to get toned. I want to be toned, and I'm not going to get toned without building muscle, and I'm not going to build muscle without eating protein. So I'm going to have to force myself to do that one. Mindful eating is the next one. I didn't really know what to call this one, but just being mindful of everything that I eat, not just eating without thinking about something. To be honest, I do this anyways. I do have quite a healthy diet. I don't really have takeouts. I don't really have fast food. I don't really have much sugar. I probably have a little bit of sugar. I eat a lot of dates, which I've decided I need to knock on the head because that is so much sugar for me. I know it's fruit, but it's a lot of sugar. I'm also going to try and cut out a few things like peanut butter that I sometimes have in my protein oats. I'm probably going to cut back on honey a little bit. Just kind of being a little bit more mindful. I'm not going to go full force and like change my diet because like I said, it's already very healthy. So if I was to cut more out, I'd probably be under eating. I definitely don't want to do that. So I'm going to make sure that I'm still eating enough. I'm still tracking my protein, but just cutting back on those slightly more sugary or processed things that I sometimes might have. Like I might have the odd cereal bar, or I might have, I'm trying to think what else there might be. I definitely sometimes have those coffees that have a lot of sugar in them, like the pre-made lattes. They're really high in sugar. So just cutting back and being super, super clean for these 75 days and just being a little bit more mindful about what I eat. That's not to say I'm never going to have any sugar. Like if there is an occasion or something comes up, I am going to allow myself to, you know, not super, super restrict myself, but just being mindful. It's only 75 days. It's literally only 75 days. So I really want to kind of lock in and see what transformation we can make from now to March, whenever it is. Skincare routine every single morning and every single night. Again, I do have a nighttime and morning skincare routine, but sometimes I can get a little bit lazy. For the most part, I do it, but sometimes I'll skip a step, or sometimes I just like won't do it on a morning, or I just get a little bit lazy with it sometimes, especially if I leave it too late. I find that if I don't do my skincare well before bedtime, once it gets to close to bedtime, I can't be bothered to do it. I'm like, no, not bothering, and I just don't do it. So I need to make sure that I'm doing my skincare at least a couple of hours before bed to make sure that I do every single step, really take my time, romanticize it, put in a little beauty headband, maybe do a face mask. And the same goes for every single morning as well, making sure that I am doing my skincare every single morning, not missing any steps. I really, really want to clear up this scarring on my chin in this 75 days. So I really want to lock in, get on every single active, every single ingredient that I've got on my drawer, and have this full lengthy morning and nighttime skincare routine. No alcohol. This one's probably again going to be pretty easy for me. I spoke about this in a Get Ready With Me, I think on New Year's Eve. I've kind of gone off it a little bit, and I know a lot of people are starting to feel like that. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older or people just aren't as bothered anymore, but I'm kind of not that bothered. The last 2 times I've drank alcohol, I've hated it. I've hated every single minute of it, and I'm just not tempted at all. So no alcohol for 75 days will be, I think, very easy for me. So definitely one that I will be able to do. No stupid spending. I have got into a really bad habit of ordering clothes for hauls and keeping a lot more than I should. Just being super transparent. Obviously, I don't keep every single thing that I order for the hauls. The hauls perform really well on my channel. I really want to show you guys the outfits. I love fashion. I love styling outfits. I love putting outfits together. And I got into a really bad habit of keeping a lot more of the outfits than I should have. I don't return every single thing. Like if there is something I really like, I do keep it. But I shouldn't be keeping every single thing. I was doing hauls twice a week for a good couple of months. So if you think about how many clothes that was that I was ordering and how much of it I was keeping, it was unnecessary. And how much of that I've kept that I've then worn also doesn't correlate. I've kept a lot of it and not worn a lot of it. So I really want to get out of the habit of stupid or unnecessary spending. Not keeping clothes where I don't need them or where I don't have an occasion where I'm going to wear them. To be honest, not keeping clothes at all, not ordering clothes. That is one thing that I want to try and do. I don't need any more clothes. I don't need any more skincare or beauty products. So I really want to try and not do that for these 75 days. I don't eat out too often, so I'm not going to completely limit eating out, because when I go out, I usually will go out for like the day and we'll get some lunch while we're out or something like that. I'm not just ordering Deliveroo or getting takeouts or anything like that. So that element I'm probably going to just leave as it is. But just being mindful, again, like if I'm out and about and I want to spend £5 on a coffee, do I really need to do that, or can I come home and make one? just saving those little bits of money where I can. And then the last one that I'm going to do is posting on all social media channels every single day. Now that might seem a little bit wild because it is a lot of work, but I forward plan a lot of my content. I don't have time to every single day be posting and being active on platforms. Like, I'm busy throughout the days. So I do forward plan a lot of my content. So I will film stuff in advance, I will edit it, and I will schedule it in my free time, and then it's already scheduled for the week ahead. So I'm going to have to be super organised to do this, but I really want to build my other social channels as well as my long form YouTube. So I really want to build up my Instagram, my TikTok, and obviously a little bit more on my YouTube account as well. And I'm not going to do that if I'm not posting. So I really want to commit to myself for these 75 days and post something every single day. Whether it's a video, a picture, even a story, like I want to post something every single day. So I'm going to spend the next couple of days editing everything and getting everything scheduled so it just goes out. So every single day I'm not having to think about it, be on my phone, be editing, be uploading every day. I want to just have everything in a little planner scheduled to go up, so it will just go up automatically. I don't have to think about it, and that one will just be kind of ticking over in the background. A lot of the girls in their challenges have progress pictures either every day, every few days, every week. This is one I'm not really sure about. I'm not really sure how often I want to take progress pictures. I'm not really too bothered. Like, obviously I would like to physically make a transformation. Like, of course, if I look better after the 75 days, unreal. But it's more so about just like challenging myself mentally as well, and just being like super on it, super organized, and obviously posting and growing my social media, being healthy, like about what's going on inside. So like, that sounds really cheesy, but I'm just not too bothered about progress pictures. I'm not gonna like be super strict about taking them every week, every 2 weeks, whatever it is. I'm definitely gonna take one at the beginning and one at the end, but in between I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself to take progress pictures, just because I know how much can fluctuate day to day, week to week. You know, where it might be at a different stage of our cycle. We might eat later the night before, we might drink more water. And I sometimes can get really disheartened if I take a progress picture and then the next picture that I take, I don't look smaller. Like, I can get really disheartened by that. But it's very hard to tell. Like, no 2 days are the same. It's very hard to compare like for like with pictures. So, I mean, I might take measurements. That might be something I might do. I might take measurements of my waist, of my arms, that kind of thing. That sometimes feels a little bit more accurate for me, just because pictures, you just never know. Like, and then if 2 weeks go by and you take a progress picture and you don't look any different, you can get super disheartened and think, well, I've wasted 2 weeks. So if I feel like I want to take one, I'll take one. If not, I'm just going to limit myself to one at the beginning and one at the very end. And let's see how we do for the next 75 days. There's one thing I do need your help on though. I can't decide whether to vlog this whole process, like daily vlog between now and the end of the challenge, and kind of give you updates on how I'm feeling, what I'm like doing, or should I just do one video at the very end? Should I vlog the entire thing and then just do one video at the end? So let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see weekly updates as we go through, one new video a week of each week? Or do you want me to just vlog the whole thing and then at the end I'll upload one video of the entire process, start to finish? I can't decide whether to just do one video or just make it a few videos. So let me know if you have a preference for that, if you want updates or you want to see it at the end. I've gone on enough. I've repeated myself enough. Let me know which of those you want to see. Right, I am going to go get myself showered and ready for bed because 75 medium starts tomorrow. First thing in the morning, I am ready to go. If you're doing this with me, comment down below. Let me know your rules. If you've already started, let me know how it's going. If you're not doing 75 medium, then this is your inspiration to do it. If you want to do it and you've just been umming and ahhing about it, this is your sign. Go get a pen and paper, write down your rules, and we start tomorrow. Tomorrow, okay? So let's go. 75 medium, here we come. I'm excited for the next 2 and a bit months to let's see what we can do. Okay, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay tuned for updates either weekly or at the end. We'll figure that out as we go. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.